Previously on the Hassall.
Hello from Beechworth, or actually right now at the top of Mount Pilot. We've noticed the ardent alpaca here, which is, I just think it's a funny name.
It's a nice old bridge, but under it flows this amazing waterfall through the gorge.
So I've got myself an alpine cider, the Pink Lady Sweet.
Let's get a bit more hops. Yeah, I'm into the bling. The guy behind the bar, we're having a chat.
And the flavour is apple and blue cheese.
Good morning. We've woken up in Beechworth. This is now day 2 and we are dodging the European wasps as they
attack the bug guts on the front of the cars, basically. They seem to love them.
Yeah.
We woke up this morning beside a beautiful lake, the same one that we were hanging out beside yesterday afternoon. We were camping in Austin the van last night. And now we're going to head downtown in Beechworth and find some coffee.
I think one of the Scottish wolfhounds, if that is a thing. Maybe. But they look like it.
It's a Scottish deerhound.
Deerhound. Yeah, that's it. Kind of the shape of a greyhound, but even a lot bigger. Yes. This is very good coffee. We made the right choice by listening to the man at the bar last night. Project 49, that is the ticket. And now we're going to head to Woolshed Falls. That should be a bit of a walk for Dana. Hey!
We've made it to the falls. This is Woolshed Falls, and it kind of reminds me a lot of Gibraltar Falls, which is not far from Canberra, and we went there in our second video, I think it was.
Yep, second video.
So you can check that place out as well. Kind of the same in that you can crawl all over the rocks at the top of the falls, and then there's also a viewing platform, which we'll head up to in a second.
All the rocks are smooth in both places from where the water, after the snow season, all the water must rush down all over this place. But right now it's kind of like just a couple of little ones.
The only thing that's really different is what it looks like at the bottom, and they're both beautiful.
Today we're both wearing green to suit the nature.
Great minds think alike, right?
I was wearing red, but Dana wouldn't have that, and now we've accidentally got dressed in the same colour.
I don't dictate what he wears, it's just it was the same shirt as yesterday. So we're now outside Bilson's Brewery, which seems to be a bit of a one-stop shop for just about everything. They have cordial tastings here. I think they make beer, they make gin, they have lunch. They're also one of Australia's oldest breweries. So I think we might head inside and see what things we can put in our mouth.
These flavours all look really enticing. we'll struggle to not buy them all. Like spiced apple cordial, toffee apple cordial, creamy soda, lemon lime bitters, all these different gins, strawberry gins, Beechworth dry gin.
Oh my goodness, this place has everything. I think they even have a speakeasy. I saw all the flavours of the soft drinks and the cordials and it looks amazing. I can't wait to try some, but I think we're going to have lunch first. There's a museum too of old carriages.
And old horses.
Can you imagine sitting in the back of that one, going about your daily business? Apparently, in the early 1800s, brewing was not a very respectable occupation, but George Bilson Sr., who built this place, did it anyway. He actually moved to Australia in 1856 and started up his brewing in 1867, and the current site that we're on was built in 1872 and has survived since then. He's been brewing for a very long time, this guy. Well, I mean, he's not doing it anymore. He's a little bit deceased now, but he left a legacy and it's still here today, and it's kind of an impressive place. I think I'm going to enjoy my time here. I already am enjoying my time here. We've been watching a couple of shows set in the 1800s on the various streaming services lately, so it's kind of cool being in here and seeing all of these carts around us that are just like in those shows.
My hands smell like raspberry vinegar. Maybe that's what they put in the COVID hand wash. So I've got not a breakfast tasting paddle, a lunchtime tasting paddle. It's 1 o'clock, almost. Ginger beer that Dana can probably have. Pale ale, an Australian ale, a West Coast IPA, and a guest beer, Alpine Lager, Alpine Ale from Bright Brewery. This one, what was this one? Let's taste it, see if I can guess. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a chestnut pilsner, one of those sort of things. Remember now, this one was a mid-strength ale. It's delicious for a mid-strength. That I could drink that every day for lunch. My favourite is the Australian ale. Surprisingly, it beat out the Yanks, but they're all good.
And I've got myself some gins. I've got a blood orange, a Christmas gin, and a strawberry gin. And I have had a bit of a taste already. I think the Christmas is my favourite. It's got a bit of a berry kind of thing going on, and I think it's meant to have hints of Shiraz, which obviously I like red wine, so that makes sense. And Jesse's ginger beer has found its way onto my paddle, and I'm not mad about it.
Do I see an actual real burger for Dana?
We've got some lunch while we're here as well, and they actually have gluten-free burgers. I'm stoked. I got the bourbon beef burger, and it comes with chips and a little bit of sauce here. I wonder what that sauce is. I'd say some kind of bourbon barbecue sauce. Sweet and yum. Alright, let's try the burger. That's good. The creaminess of the sauerkraut, I think it is on there, is really nice. And then you've got the beef and cheese. There's pickles in there. I think this is going to be a good lunch.
Creamy sauerkraut. Haven't had that before.
It's kind of like mayonnaise-y sauerkraut.
That beef patty is to die for.
I might have to get some creamy soda so I can make my own creamy soda. Somehow the vodka makes it like sweeter. I don't know how that works. They're both creaming soda, but like the vodka's smooth.
Can I try the clove?
Yeah, of course. It's like dirty water.
Alright.
It's close, it's pretty good.
Okay, I think Bilson's Brewery is my new favourite place in Beechworth.
What an amazing place. There's so much here. There's a speakeasy which has such a cool atmosphere, and it's got like aging whiskey barrels in there and fairy lights and cool speakeasy music playing. There's a brewery down there.
Brewery, distilling, all in the one factory. And cordial brewing, I suppose.
And there was a platform overlooking the factory as well.
Yeah, there was a platform looking down at the distillery and brewing vats, copper stills. The food was amazing. We had the same burger. Dana had the gluten-free version, and it was a bourbon beef burger, and it was fantastic.
So good. The gins were delicious. The beers were nice, and then we did a cordial tasting at the end. So many cordials. You can try them all. Just pick and choose which ones you want. Otherwise, you might bounce off the walls later from too much sugar. I think our favourite cordial was the lime and coconut in the end. So we
Dana's favourite was definitely the lime and coconut. She's bought a bottle.
But the creaming soda was good. The ginger was good. The spiced apple and the toffee apple was so good.
Don't forget the museum with the old-timey carts. That was cool.
Yeah, that was amazing too.
But like even the surrounds, the gardens, the footpath, everything is so pristine over here. And this guy on the wall behind us, look at him. Perfect.
Do yourself a favour, and if you're in Beechworth or anywhere near Beechworth, come over here. It's kind of a one-stop shop. I think I said that at the start, before we even went in, and it turned out to be very true.
All right, on to the next chapter.
I think that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see more videos from us, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.
There's European wasps here too.
Must be a plague of them at the moment.
They seem friendly. They haven't stabbed us yet.
Yeah.
I think I have found... I can't remember what I said. What I'm having. And copper pots, copper pot stills, copper still pots, copper stills. Cool. We might get some ice cream.
We have to.
No, we don't have to. Just beware of the European wasp. He is everywhere in Beechworth. No.